I pull into the little hamlet of Northcliffe to visit their library, get online and do a bit of writing. I was surprised to find the library had no internet, and if I wished to get online, I could only do so by visiting their community resource centre and paying $5 an hour. I've been in the lucky position to have travelled to each country in Asia, other than Myanmar and Taiwan. I even visited North Korea. I've seen that in most of Asia, fast internet is an expected convenience of modern life. The World Economic Forum recently scored Australia as the worst country in the world for internet access affordability. Our new Prime Minister, Malcolm Turnbull, the self-made man who made his money in merchant banking and keeping richer men than himself out of jail for tax evasion, tells us he wants Australia to become an innovation nation. I'm not exactly sure what he means by this, but reading an article in the local West Australian newspaper, I learned that Turnbull's idea of innovation are things like internet startups. They use an example of an online graphic design company that allows customers to simplify the process of making posters, invitations and resumes, etc. They are valued at $400 million and have a customer base of 10 million. Things get interesting when one reads about their 100 staff, 50 of which are based in the Philippines. Well, I suppose at least the Philippines have fast internet and low wages. How the hell can the poor kids out here in Northcliffe hope to be part of this innovation nation if they are paying for internet in 15-minute intervals? And we are told over in the east that West Australia is a rich state, keeping us all afloat with its mining boom. This is another media furphy. The oil and gas industries only account for 2 out of every 1,000 jobs in Australia. That is only 19,000 people. I ring the float tank guy in Denmark. He seems to have cooled on the idea of doing a video. Fantastic. Half a day wasted detailing an elaborate marketing plan for nothing. In 2010 I travelled New Zealand for 6 weeks, setting myself a goal of earning $10,000. I reached this goal in only 5 weeks, working for businesses ranging from accommodation, tours, wineries and even doing a video for the Maori National Carving School. So far, over 7 weeks travelling Australia, I've just experienced time wasters, tyre kickers and tight asses. There could be a number of reasons for this. One could be that businesses holding on to their money, not wanting to spend, concerned about the future now we are being told the mining boom has ended and we must look for a new endeavour to derive our prosperity from. Another reason could be that technology has changed. Cameras have gotten better. But if this was the reason, I'd be seeing a lot more video advertising from business, even if it was of the do-it-yourself variety. But I'm not. Most of the businesses I talk to don't even seem concerned with targeting a larger international market. In Port Lincoln, I was surprised to hear from some tourist operators that the government had recently handed out grants of $1,200 to get video marketing done. In West Australia alone, the government is outlaying $225 million over 5 years in destination marketing and $200 million for events marketing. Tourism is seen as a golden calf that will deliver us from poverty. But how is this money spent, and who makes these critical decisions? An ex-Prime Minister of ours, Paul Keating, had a favourite saying, "In the race of life, always back self-interest. At least you know it's trying." As someone who has been involved with online video since its inception, I'm sometimes dumbfounded by the marketing decisions made by bureaucrats. Let me give you one fine example. The Tourism Victoria remote-controlled tourist campaign. The campaign's aim was to attract visitors from other Australian states as well as New Zealand and cost a total of $3.6 million, with over 100 people working on it. The campaign comprised of 2 people, the so-called remote-controlled tourists, exploring Melbourne for 8 hours a day for only 5 days. They were equipped with cameras and their movements were broadcast on the web and viewers could decide on what places they visited. From someone who understands YouTube, the campaign appeared to bomb horrendously, most videos only garnering a few views. What I found most fascinating was that they were pretty much all removed not long after the campaign had finished. This showed no understanding of the term called long tail, the value a video can achieve over a period of time. And then came the public relations spin from Tourism Victoria, before the lukewarm dead body of remote-controlled tourists was even buried in the cold, harsh ground of marketing failures. Lavish, glowing accolades were sent out to the unsuspecting public on how wonderful and clever Tourism Victoria is, and to this day, this is the only record of the $3.6 million spent. If we really are to become the innovation nation, we need to maybe look towards New Zealand. Peter Jackson making Wellington a world stage for films. Queenstown, a pissy little town in the arse end of the world, becoming the adventure capital of the world. The winery I worked for, Yealands Estate, not putting their hand out to government after the downturn of the GFC, but expanding, pushing into Brazil and South America. This is innovation. Entrepreneurial individuals finding a way to make things work. Bureaucrats will never lead a nation to innovation. Spin, spin, spin. But for a moment, let's return to where the story began. Not in the call centres of the Philippines with their blazing fast internet, but to the small backwater of Northcliffe, the youth disadvantaged by price gouging telcos, a first world country with third world broadband. If we really are to become an innovation nation, this is a good place to start.